Welcome to an AIM special at the AWS AI Conclave. And today we have with us the head of Gen AI and ML and sales and GTM at AWS India. Talking about the one and only Mr. Pramod Boga. Welcome to the show, sir. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Well,
Lovely to be here.
it's a pleasure having you with us. The first question I would, of course, like to ask you is because there's this constant buzz going around about the fact that, there's so many different enterprises who are here. I've heard the fact that from last year to now, where people were in labs last year, now they're almost at a stage of completion. There's more than 35% of that sort of an achievement which has taken place. So, first thing that comes to mind is that what are enterprises really looking at when they come to you, for example? In terms of the AI strategy or the AI aspect? What is that big ask?
I mean, it's a fair question. Fact of the matter is, most of the enterprises today are still struggling to figure out one, the right use case,
Uh,
and that links directly to the most often heard ROI of AI.
mm,
Most of them really are trying to figure out which use case do I pick that will deliver the right ROI. And as you rightly said, there have been a lot of enterprises who are still in the lab and they're still trying to get these applications out in production. Right. The second major aspect, overriding aspect, is around the security and governance. I think a lot of them are worried about how data is going to be used. What is the effect on their competition in terms of will their data be available.
just logical consequence.
It is. But I think it's just with the right controls. It's actually a pretty straightforward way of building these applications. As long as you have you made sure that you protected your data, which you can obviously with all the tools that you have on AWS, it should be a done deal that way. So I think these are the two key areas that enterprises today struggle with. But I think with agentic coming into the picture, it's now made them kind of wake up and push towards value, because agents are the ones that are going to bridge the value between let's say promise and reality of generative AI.
Which brings me to this. What do you feel are should be the building blocks when a company is looking at their AI strategy?
Obviously, there are a few obvious ones. The AI infrastructure is the obvious one, right? You need the right infrastructure, you need the right chipsets. Obviously, all of us are aware of the GPU
Yes.
shortage,
Yeah.
right?
Because there's a huge thrust in
Ob-
terms of being built now here in India. There are a lot of big promises which have been made.
Right. And all of them, I mean, all of them are going to need infrastructure. I think so. That's table stakes. The second thing, I think you need to have, a robust set of tools to kind of work with multiple, you know, let's say technologies, multiple models, multiple, approaches to, to bring these applications to life. Apart from that, the more important piece is on your own data, the ability to actually pick and choose and to be able to leverage your data to actually drive those differentiated applications. And last but not the least, the expertise around it.
Yeah, well, you said it right at the end. What excites you the most as far as agentic AI is concerned, and generative systems for that matter?
I think we're actually at that stage. In the technology life cycle, that's actually so transformative. It's actually as transformative as the advent of internet itself.
Mm.
And I'm just super, super duper excited about what the combination of humans and agents are going to accomplish. We've seen some exponentially, productivity gains across industries.
Yeah.
Today, agents are going to fundamentally change the way we all work, live, and play. I think that is something that just keeps me going every day. And I think we're still just at the tip. We still just scrape the surface. We're going to see a lot more coming, and we don't really know where this is going to go. But it's definitely going to change the way we all work, live, and play.
How has it been in terms of for you, Pramod, when such a huge conclave happens? It's a success. You have so many people coming in, so many different ideologies, thoughts, understandings, and that is one part of the question. The second aspect is what is the takeaway that you would like for them to go back home with from a conclave like this?
So, see, it's my 11th year at AWS, and this is my ninth AI conclave.
Nice.
I've actually seen this event evolve from a small group of 400 technology enthusiasts that used to happen back in ITC, Gardenia and Bengaluru, to now a movement of more than 3,000 technologists, that we see today, right? I think um, for me, it has been the way I've seen machine learning being mainstream, so to speak. Earlier, it used to be what can I do with machine learning. Today, it's what else can I do,
Sure.
with machine learning. In terms of the one takeaway, I think I would want everyone here who's come to the conclave, obviously, to be inspired, but more importantly, to understand what it takes to actually bring these generative AI applications to life, which means you got to take into account everything from your data that is sitting upstream in your databases. You build those robust data pipelines that you need to do day in and day out for building your, that feed your applications, that feed your insights to, to the models, to the, to the LLMs that you're going to eventually use to create new applications or actually make decisions. It is equally important.
Nice.
So that would be my one takeaway.
Fabulous. Pramod, one message that you'd like to give to people since you've been doing this for 9 years. The next one is going to be, well, a decade for you as far as the conclave is concerned. The one message you'd like to give to people who, well, unfortunately could not make it this time. What would you like to say to them?
Well, we do have the virtual edition of the conclave coming up.
Right.
And all of the stories that you would probably miss today, you would definitely be able to catch them all when the virtual edition comes out. So please do catch that. And, we'll definitely catch up in one of the many forums that we generally run, at AWS. Would love to catch up and, share some stories.
Fabulous. It's been a pleasure having you on the show with us,
Thank you
Pramod.
for having me.
It's truly been a pleasure. It's been an eye opener, and of course, exciting times ahead. Think I am.